Hello, everyone, and welcome to Gray Man Prepping. It is that time of the week, known as Tuesday, where we have talk about tactics, gear, and more. And tonight's going to be all three for this topic because tonight's topic is an indoor prepper garden. And I do have a special, and let me get up here. There we go. And I do have a special person here with me. He stepped away. His camera's black, so I'll wait to bring him up. And while I wait for him to come back, I'm going to go ahead and welcome everybody in here from the chat. First one in was CR, Creative Redundancy, followed hot on its heels by Gear Grinding 19. Then we had, plug your ears, it's CB at Hugo Homestead, came in. And then let's scroll on down here. Talking. Walt Rogers came in saying lurking. Suzanne Morijan, proud single mom, is here. Hey, welcome. Shadow Scout Sweet is here. And scroll on down here. And everybody's talking. Good. Duncan 1900 Homestead. Hey, Brenda. Stuart's prepping. Welcome. It's Dustin. King Poopaw's in the house. Prairie Rider, Queen of the North. Everyone's going down here, talking. Making sure I don't miss anybody as I go down. And then, of course, Prairie Rider came in under her other channel, Lori J. And Kaylin Strain is in the house. Make sure I don't miss anybody as I go down here. Phelan Klein Wolf is popped in here with his membership milestone of 8 months. Actually, he's been here a member longer, but it screwed up on his thing and started him over again. Let's see here. And I'm caught up. And here's our special guest. It's Howie. And interesting about tonight's topic is I had people commenting on some of my older videos from Camp Patton Family Compound from 2 years ago, and one from even 3 years ago when I was setting stuff up indoors and you're asking about lights and stuff. And it's like, you can do it. LED lights are a lot cheaper to run than the old the incandescent grow lights. So, okay, CR says he's going to try to keep his green onion going.
He does that, yeah.
That thumbnail looks like a cycle behind the plants. I see. On the main one there, it looks like there could have been someone hiding back. Actually, that's the two pots and the stovepipe for the wood burning stove. So anyways, Joe can't make it tonight. He's out Ubering. So he may pop in with comments now and then in between rides and stuff as he gets a chance.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of surprised. We're going to kind of deviate a little bit first before we jump into an indoor prepper garden. My fall garden stuff I've been going. It's still fantastic weather for the garden. My cold weather crops that I planted are going absolutely bonkers. The rainbow chard, the make sure I do this right. Heck, I'll just put it up there so you guys can see it. That one there is doing good. The Grand Rapids lettuce, I'm harvesting it. I got to make a video of me harvesting and eating some of it. And the what else am I forgetting out there? Oh, the sunflowers are even growing up pretty good, even though it's not warm enough for them. They're still they're struggling on. I'm just waiting to see if they try to blossom out or not. Probably not. They were just in there just as a wild test. And but anyways, they're getting. I've been working in the shop and have some videos coming out on the cleaning up the shop to be able to line it and insulate it. And those are going to go into the shop for the winter. So they should not freeze. So I should have those going for the rest of the winter and into next spring when I pull them back out again, and we'll see on that. And that's the thing my wife said is that the rainbow chard, if I can work it right, like the lettuce, should go all the way fall through winter to spring, and then you just got to keep it cool in the summertime so it doesn't bolt. And if I can, under the new covering on the patio, I will have an indoor-outdoor garden that goes back and forth, that will grow stuff year-round, year after year. Cross your fingers, folks. This is a big experiment. If it works for me, hey,
yeah,
you guys can do it, and then you can share it out and get your friends and neighbors having fun growing stuff year-round in their house and stuff. CR says he still has blooms. Let's see. Everyone's saying they're hoping you're feeling better, Howie.
Oh yeah, a lot better.
Lori says, I'd like to keep my garlic growing. Can I just bring it in?
Yes.
Yeah. Now, the interesting thing is my wife brought up some garlic. I got to get out there and get it planted.
It's getting a little late, but get it done, and then
the temperatures are still good, so I can get out there, get it planted,
mm-hmm.
and it'll overwinter outside. And I'll put it in one of the lower, better protected IBC tote planters there, because I got 3 sides to raise up on it, so I'll raise it up a little bit, and I'll put straw over it to help protect it. So. Yeah, I will be moving several things back and forth. In fact, I have one of the IBC totes, the real short ones, that's empty. I put this the 10 boysenberry plants into it because they were starting to die. They're winterizing stuff. So I wheeled them into the shop so they don't freeze solid and kill the roots. And those that survive this spring will get planted in the ground, and so they'll be by next fall they'll be acclimatized and should survive the winter.
A worm bin inside, if you can. Worm bin would give you ready to go worm castings from growing any food. And right now I just moved in bananas and citrus inside, so I have citrus about this big and probably about 35-40 of them. So I have my vitamin C, and then like CR's doing, they're letting his green onions grow. That's vitamin C all the way.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And Lewis, it's the Marshmallow Man, is moving all his 5-gallon pots in, including his dang, I just forgot the name of it. That big, you open it up, it's nothing but seeds, red seeds. You get red all over you. Begins with a P, I believe. Pomegranate, yes. And he has several pomegranates in buckets that he moves in and out.
Sure. Hey, you get pomegranates, why not?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, they get them. They grow them outside here all year round in southern Vancouver Island.
Yeah,
pomegranates and citrus, but we're rare compared to the rest of Canada. It's going to be ice. I think it's like 8 below, and where Lori is right now.
Yeah, Lori. What I'm going to do is I got 2 cloves of or 2 heads, whatever, of garlic. I'm going to break one up, plant it outdoors. I'm going to break the other one up and plant it in with the rainbow chard and the stuff. So, and that one will go indoors. And so we'll see how that does, if how it works. So that's going to be a challenge there, getting that done.
Right.
We are going all out with garlic this year. Oh, okay. Dustin, I want to see a video on that. Dustin, I want to see a video of what you're doing down in the basement. Give us updates and stuff when you start doing your growing stuff, and anything you're going to try to grow over winter over, like lettuce or something like that. Do some videos on that.
perfect in the greenhouse for lettuce over winter. It's cool enough and it's not too hot.
Yeah.
So yeah, the big thing about garlic, it's $30 a pound right now. So if you're growing garlic, it's a good idea.
Yeah. Especially you have enough to grow a lot of it for next spring.
I noticed that the garlic are huge this year, just massive, massive, and they're already starting to sprout in my bin. I'm like, what?
Yeah. The weather this year right now is unusually warm, and you're going to get warmer weather than normal, Howie.
Oh,
I've
I
been looking
know.
at the charts, the flow patterns and stuff,
Yep.
from you down through Oregon, Washington, Oregon, southern Idaho, northern Nevada, on over to Utah, Colorado, Wyoming, is all warmer than normal
Hmm.
on several different meteorologist projection channels. So I hope they're right. I could do with a little bit warmer, after last year's minus 28 degrees on the back patio.
Well, I have my satsuma growing in the ground outside with a couple of lemons, and I'm overwintering them under the eave. But that's where they grow normally anyway.
Yeah.
But if you start getting your soil ready for indoors, the big thing is loaded up with worm castings. That's your biggest bet, and LED, and just your LED and light from the window. Both, use both. Like Shawnee Shave, she's doing sprouts right now. She's doing experiments,
Mm-hmm.
and that's a big thing. Is to each day you make a new jar of sprouts for tomorrow. So if you make up 14 days ahead of time or 10 days, you always have that every day. That salad that sprouts out of microgreen.
Yeah, I'm just looking at these things that people are setting up here.
Yeah.
I grabbed some pictures, and these look like the exact same lights I have, that I've talked about, and you get the 6-pack of. Or if you're going to do a lot and you're going to get the 12-pack, it's you save $50 getting the 12-pack of these. But someone's just using the regular fluorescent ones, but replacing them with LED tubes.
Satsuma is an orange, Lori. She's asking what Satsuma is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Suladeen's here. Good evening, all from Utah. Yeah, so Suladeen, you should have a little bit warmer weather than normal. Not really warmer, but a degree or two warmer than normal, which means about 10 degrees warmer than last year.
A fly sticky trap inside too, so you don't get aphids and little white flies and stuff. Make sure you have a couple, 3 of them around. I noticed there isn't any in this photo here.
Yeah, this one's here. I don't know whose this is, but yeah, this one looked nice. I like the way they had the nice little trays with the little rows of stuff, and they're graduating stuff up. They got some of the bigger pots up there at the top, and there's greens are going around. This was I got this one when I Googled microgreens.
Yeah.
And then I really got this one here from microgreens.
Yeah.
All the different trays and stuff of microgreens.
That's what you want. That's what you want right there. You see all that right there? If you can achieve that, that's you've got it beat for yourself. Now, if you've got each family member, okay, just can think of this again times 2, another family member times 3. That's all you got to remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you have one of the shelves, like, let me go back here, like this one here, you just do one shelf of set up like that. Then the next shelf you start out a little bit later, and the next shelf a little bit later, and that way you just start rotating through as you keep planting and harvesting and planting and harvesting. And
sorry, Lori's talking about putting the glass there with the apple cider vinegar and just some dish soap. That's great, but there's other bugs too that like to crawl around, and spiders and whatnot, and I don't like it on my food. So that's why I say put a sticky trap there. Yeah. But that does work, what Lori's talking about there. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, buddy.
Yeah, no problem. Hey, B. Hendricks, welcome. And I flashed up Idaho Garden Girl's name.
Oh,
Now,
hey.
let me see this next one here.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
and then tomatoes. I mean, some of look this. Look, this is one of those ones with the adjustable on the left there with the adjustable grow light on it.
Yep.
Look at those tomatoes.
Nice.
And then one here by the window, they got one of those custom frames you can get that are they collapse down, and they fold back up. So that one's just starting. Okay, that takes care of that. But since you mentioned it, let me do something here real quick. Get that out of the way. And I get my Amazon. There's a couple things here that I wanted to share since we talked about it. YEST. Sticky traps for plant nets, and see if it brings it up here. Whoa, whoa. This is good. Hang on a second, guys. Let me get this opened up here. This is on sale. This is on sale. 96 pieces for $12. And this is the one that I use one similar. Mine looks like a butterfly, but there's the butterfly one I use. So they got two different patterns now. And yeah, I mean, they work. You just stick it in there next to the plant. You use indoors, outdoors. It peels off. And what I do for some of mine, on that triangle, I cut it so it's only like about 3/4 of an inch left of it at the wide part. I have the 1.25 inches or 1.5 inches painter's tape, and I just tape it up next to the doors coming in from the window, above the sink, where the gnats and stuff like to congregate. And I just start picking up gnats and flies and moths and everything else on them. But so there it is, guys. This is a deal. This is a one-day deal here going on right now because it's got the big red deal on it. I'm not sure how much longer it is. It looks time-wise, it's going to end at midnight tonight because with the time listed here. So, guys,
it's good.
Yeah, and let's see if I can put this up here. Let's see if I can do this right here. I'm going to try to eliminate all the extra peripheral on it here. Backspace. Boom. And does it? Yeah. Okay. So now I can put that short link in here. There's the short link.
It's good to have if you want.
Yeah.
If you want, a crop you can eat. You're not going to eat a crop full of bugs. I'll tell you that. It's not pleasant at all. And
add to cart. You guys are watching me order it right now. Because I only have about 20 left.
Oh, good. So you're ordering some right now?
Yes. I'm ordering some right now. Put it on that. Use this payment method, and I should get it Friday.
Yeah.
There we go. Boom. All right. So I ordered mine, guys. You better order yours. Like I said, it's on sale. Now the other thing I wanted to show. And you got the bigger traps too. Geez, here's limited time deals on some big ones, big giant ones, and other shaped ones, different sizes. So this one is you get 36 for $12. Let's see, 36 versus 96 for just double the price. That's like 3 times as many. So that's what I got. But yeah, so they have all sorts of the sticky traps like this that they'll bring stuff in. Yeah. So something else I want to go show you though is dang, I'm trying to remember how to spell it.
Ooh, excuse me.
I'm not looking at full spectrum. Let's see if I can bring up the one here.
Oh, there we go.
There we go. No, this is the brand here. All right. So right now, this is the full spectrum. This is the pinkish white. They also have it in white. They have it in pink for $99 for 6 of them. But
that's a good deal.
Better deal here.
Yeah.
The price went up. Oh, here we go. Here it is. Make sure 4 foot 42. Yeah, here we go. $58. I mean, $158 for a 12 pack. Oh wait, this is the 3 foot. Oh, so you get mixed here. That's not the one I wanted. Let's go back. Because the one I found before was that price for all the one size. So this is 12 pack. You have the whitish, slight pinkish ones with the yellowish ones too. So for $169, but this is a short one. I'll just go ahead and throw this one in here right now. So there's the link to this one here, but you can go and shop around, and you can also just click on, there we go, right here, visit the Renia store, and they got all sorts of stuff there, and they got all sorts of different shapes and stuff, but you can find all the ones here. Single fixture. Oh, these are the skinny ones, not the double fixture. These are skinny. This is the double. Mm-hmm. This is the skinny. And these are 8 foot ones. 8 foot ones.
That's quite big.
Yeah, that's if you have two of those 4 foot shells side by side, run it right across the top.
Problem solved. You're growing indoor food.
Yeah. And these would work great for when you're growing tomatoes. You stand several of them vertically around the tomatoes, and that way the tomatoes are always growing in the light till they hit the ceiling. But those are the 2 things I wanted to share out on. The one thing was the lights. You mentioned the sticky traps, and that. All right, here we go. All right. Oh, yeah. Idaho Garden Girl just ordered sticky traps too.
Yeah, smart. Yeah.
I would like to grow bush beans, cucumbers, micro dwarf tomatoes.
You won't be growing peas, and you won't be growing bush beans inside, and broccoli and cauliflower. It's just to temperature control any of that stuff is impossible.
Yeah.
But not totally. But I mean, it's just a problematic thing. You need to look at the rest of what you have written there. Same with parsley. Thyme, you might get away with it because it loves dry, and rosemary, you might get away with it, but the rest is a no-no. Cucumbers need moisture, so just think when you're growing cucumbers, you don't grow cucumbers and tomatoes together. That's not the way, because tomatoes
right?
Yeah. But cucumber loves water every day, sprayed, misted every day.
Now I grew in the little. I have some 30-gallon barrels I cut in half, so they're 15-gallon. There they are, right there. All right, those are 15-gallon pots, and I grew some cucumbers in those. I had to keep them well watered to keep them looking fresh. The tomatoes I grew next to them, I watered them less. My wife said, "Don't water them all the time." Now the basil I planted right there, when it started going, I got huge. I had a huge basil.
It grows well inside. It really likes coveted, like almost like an incubator for a baby. Basil love that. Coddling. And one more thing, B. Hendricks is absolutely right. Coal frames in the winter work well in Eastern Washington. Anywhere from California to Alaska, a coal frame works really well. And
like for bush beans and peas, you plant them outside. Up next to the house, and you can make a quasi cold frame depending on which side of the house it's on and stuff, where you just get some you can buy some 1x4 or 2x2 and make a little frame and put the plastic over it and just staple the plastic to it and just up there. And because the beans and peas, unless they're getting snowed on, will keep growing. Once they get snow on, they hibernate till spring.
These scarlet runners, they grow back here in in southern British Columbia, Washington, California, when you cut off your scarlet runner or your fava bean, they'll all regrow back. If you just leave 3-4 inches and cover it with leaves, and then when it gets warmer again, they'll start sprouting. The fava bean will give you beans right in February. Okay.
Yeah. JT Jr. grows it in Alaska. How you doing?
Hey, he's a great guy.
Yeah. I haven't. When his stuff comes up, it's usually I go. He's getting watch hours for me. He's not getting comments, but he's getting watch hours and thumbs up because I play his. We usually wind up playing 3 or 4 on my different monitors here, and I have them all turned up so I can hear them, but they're not overpowering. That way, I can listen to several of them at one time.
Sure.
I'm trying to do my imitation of Data, listening to 6 concerts at one time.
Start calling you Data instead of Gil.
All right. Let's see here.
It's good to see GTJR grows in Alaska. I watch his channel often. Whenever he goes live, too, he's always got something good going on.
Yeah. So, GT, what are you growing this winter? Are you growing stuff indoors? Are you doing stuff outside in a cold frame? Are you growing anything this winter? And let me go ahead and put this up here. I'm going to go ahead and pin the message there in case Dustin wants to come up here and talk about the stuff they're going to try to grow, or Courtney, but or anybody else that's growing stuff during the wintertime really trying. There's the link. Everybody's in the side chat right now. If you've already commented in the side chat, you're eligible to come up.
So what happens is for a staple inside that you've harvested outside are all the different pumpkin and squash. Now, that being said and done, that's readily available for your food. But all those seeds inside there make a nice sprout. They make a beautiful, and they can be growing already inside the squash. I've opened them up and I've eaten them right out of the growing from inside the squash. So that being said and done, when you cut a pumpkin in half and you just put it underneath the light, put a little soil on it, keep it a little bit damp, and all them sprouts will just come right out of the pumpkin.
Cool.
Yeah. Go with the flow with nature. When you buy something at the store, like bok choy, celery, an onion, quite a few things that you buy at the store. Replant them when you get home in the cold part of your house where there's a cold window, because they're cool weather crops. So you already have it growing, boom, boom, boom. And each time you buy something, you get it growing. Then by spring, if you have your celery, like several, say half a dozen or a dozen, you've been picking at that, and you can pop that right out in the garden in April. March and April, okay? So you go with what you see works. You see?
Yeah. Okay, I'm adding these those 8-foot lights. It was a 10-pack of 8-foot lights for $189, and I'm adding it to my wish list.
Well, the thing is, food's going through the roof here already. Garlic is already here at $30 a pound, up from $19 a pound just in the past 3 weeks.
Ouch.
I know. So that's like a huge. And then when I went to the big box store, I go there and I shop. I pick up a few things for less fortunate people that can't get out and about. And I was noticing, I was just like, holy man, look at the romaine lettuce, $5 a head already. It was $2.49 last week. Now it's gone to $5. It's doubled in just the past week. So, cold weather right now is for cold weather crops. Hot weather crops can grow inside really easy, but cold weather crops only sprouted. And when you buy beans and peas at the big box store in a big bag, and sunflowers, a lot of them will sprout, and that's your lunch right there. Boom.
Yeah. Now, one of the things that you said, there's a workaround for that for the cold weather crops inside. Right now, I'm by myself in a 4-bedroom house.
Then it's cold.
So I can close off 2 of the bedrooms.
Yeah.
And they will get cold.
Now, when your family shows up, will your house be cold?
Well, the rest of the house is warm. But those rooms, I can shut, close off the heater vents, close the doors, and they will cool down, especially if I take the insulated blackout curtains off the windows.
I find a block of ice in the freezer, like a milk jug. Just take it out and put it in the room if you're growing cold weather crops. Put it back in, have one rotating. Boom.
I don't even have to do that here. I can just put
you're in Idaho.
I can put it outside and it'll freeze. I don't have to put it in the indoor freezer. I stick it outside and the milk jugs will freeze solid. But one of the things that to consider is the size of the tray you're growing in for the crop you're growing indoors. Now, last year, I grew 2 types of tomatoes in 5-gallon buckets indoors. And I got a fair amount of tomatoes off them. One was the sweet orange sun something or other cherry tomato.
Yeah.
And the other one was the Grandero that Courtney turned me on to. It's a real meaty one. And
purpley colored, like chocolate colored?
No, it's red. It's red, and they're small. They're bigger than cherry tomatoes, but not big as some of the not big as a Roma. They're in the Roma family, but they're a small Roma. And
they're pear shaped. Then I think I know what you're talking about.
No, not pear shaped. Tell me, Howie, you talk. I'll go grab some. I got some in the kitchen counter right now.
I don't want. No. Oh, I gotta let my dog out. Yeah, grow any way you can. Do whatever you can. Make small biomass, everything cardboard, your toilet roll paper, your paper towel. Make it all small for your worm bin. Yeah, go GeoBin. Go GeoBin.
Yeah. So these are about half the size that they are normal. These are the end of the year. These have been out there in the cold, and they've been ripening up for the last several weeks in the cold, 38-degree lows at night. And my grandson just snarfed one of these today. And there's not much juice in them. They are a lot of meat. And that's why Courtney loves these for making sauces. Yeah. And these are Granderos from come on, not Baker. It's not Baker Creek. It's hang on. Let me look here. Look in my trash because I just got an email from them. I dumped it down in there. And it is Johnny's Select Seeds. So, but yeah, I mean, these things are, just, I mean, they're flavorful, they're meaty, they're not really sweet, but see, these things I just pulled off the vine yesterday. And the
great thing about tomato like that, wherever you get it from that you liked it, whatever farmer, it's right full of seeds, eh? Yeah. That's the great part. You don't have to keep going buying seed from somebody. I never buy seed. I always
Sandy.
Or trade at CD Saturdays. That's the place to go. Where there's a lot of people trading seed that they're growing just for indoors.
Yeah. But some these grow better than others. What was so funny about the 2 plants? They were, I started them January, maybe December. You're eating
tomatoes now?
No,
9 months later,
off the same plants.
Smart.
And what happened was I grew them indoors.
Yeah.
And then my wife was saying, all right, let's clean this up. All right. So I took my indoor garden stuff down because I'm going to be moving it into the shop as soon as I get the one section insulated. And it'll be totally dark during the daytime. All right, we have an electrical plan here where between 11 p.m. and 8 a.m. is super cheap.
That's
so I'll run the grow lights in there on the super cheap.
Yeah.
And so anyway, so I took everything down. I took them outside, and they were outside from about the first or second week of June in the 5-gallon bucket still. And then about 6 weeks ago, I took them out of the bucket, and I stuck. Well, after I got the new IBC tote retaining wall built and all full of dirt and soil and everything, stuck it in one of the short ones there. I figured, okay, I might get these few things that had just blossomed. All right, I might get a few more tomatoes on it. Holy cats and jammer kids! If it stays warm if we don't get a freeze for another week or two, I'll have a boatload of the cherry tomatoes,
Nice.
and I'll probably have a dozen more of these.
You can't go wrong with food that you weren't expecting. I mean, that's
yeah.
What you want. You want nature to look after you.
So what I found out is, I can start them in the 5 gallon. I also have some 10-gallon buckets I can use now. So what I may do is start one or two tomato plants in a 10-gallon bucket in the shop, and let it grow. Once I start harvesting it, and then when it's warm enough, just go ahead, instead of waiting 3 months to the summer, just go ahead. Now that I have those planters out there, plump, pop it in there, and now, oh wow, they got a 4-month head start on everybody else in town.
Yeah, I find that like for indoors in the wintertime, there's food available for me outside. Like the kiwi are coming ripe in December. And the sunchokes will be coming ripe in December. And today I cut the last of the dahlias and roses, and brought them inside for fresh cut flowers. But the dahlia bulb is another one that can be eaten. You can eat the dahlia bulb. They're very sweet baked, and I've been eating them for a while now, and they taste good. I have to be careful I don't eat the whole seed stalk.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. He's eating tomatoes he grew. That's not bad. Today I ate figs. Today I ate 5 figs today off my off my turkey fig. And that was fun. I shared them with people passing by because it was the radiant heat from my driveway keeps my fig tree out front, my Turkish fig tree, bearing fruit way longer because at night it's giving off this radiant heat. It's not as cold. There's where the rest of my figs have now all slowed down, but I'm picking at 4 or 5 figs a day out front. So it's something to duly note about radiant heat off of rock walls and cement, that it will give you later figs and other food like lemons as well.
Yeah.
And Courtney's here. Hi, Corky.
She is? Oh, yep, there she is. Okay.
Yeah, she moves quickly and slowly.
Yeah, there she is.
Oh, no.
Courtney, the link's up top if you want to come on up here and talk about what you're planning to grow early in your basement.
Well, I think the king there, Pooba, he was saying that he's doing aeroponics, or he's getting ready for aeroponics or something like that. I mean, grow any way you can, like, and don't worry about what's the best. Is what works for you. Just do it, because it's simple fact that if there isn't anything, I really don't care how it was grown, as long as it's healthy and I'm not going to be unhealthy from it. It doesn't matter to me.
Yeah.
For myself, I'll grow any way I can. It's always interesting to see someone else do it first, and then you're like, oh yeah, I want to try that.
And one of the things I am going to try in the 10-gallon pots for next, once I get the shop ready to go for it, are the white and maybe the yellow tomatoes, because the orange tomato, or you got the red tomatoes have a certain level of begins with an L. The orange has a little bit less.
It's lectin.
The yellow has even less, and the white has practically none in it.
It's the seed that has it's an undigestible protein.
Yeah,
it's a lectin. You're right. That's why when you do your tomatoes, you see wild edibles. She freezes them and then takes the skin off, and then she strains them and gets the seed out. That doesn't bother people then.
Yeah,
when you can buy it like that with seedless tomatoes in a can, they take the seeds right out. Yeah. And it's the lectin. You're absolutely right. It's to protect the seed from little creatures of mold, yeast, and fungus from attacking the seed.
Yeah.
So when you're eating it, it becomes a it doesn't work too good for you. It's called astringent.
Yeah. Now, one of the things I also learned a couple weeks ago, maybe 4 weeks ago now, is that the store tomatoes, I knew they were harvested green, and I knew they were either sometimes they are sprayed with something to help them to ripen while they're being shipped to market. But I learned that if the tomatoes are picked green, there's a higher level of the lectins in it and something else. And the other thing, when it starts ripening naturally on the vine, it pushes that chemical back into the tomato plant for it to use on newer ones. And
so those are nightshades. Anything with nightshades, you're absolutely right. Like tomato, potato, rhubarb, that kind of thing. You can't eat those leaves.
Yeah,
but I forget the name of it though.
Yeah, but whatever the chemical is that's in the tomato, when it ripens on the vine, it pushes that chemical back into the plant.
Yeah. You when you're messing with nightshades, and there's a lot of different nightshades, you have to really watch it, because you will starve eating it. That's what an astringent does.
Yeah.
Yeah, it shuts down your ability to uptake nutrients, is what it does. Yeah. Oh yeah. I forget the name of that though. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know. I saw this one video. They were talking about it, and like an idiot, I forgot to add it to my other channel save list. And but they were talking about it, exactly about how it goes and does this, that, and the other. And here she is. She's coming.
Courtney.
She's coming. There she is.
Hey, Courtney, how's it going?
Yeah. Good. How are you?
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. So no fried green tomatoes. Probably not. But what the fried white tomatoes or fried yellow are better.
Yep.
Now, I think, and I could be wrong on this, correct me, there is a tomato that ripens green.
Yes.
Yeah, there's several.
Yeah. So those you could do, if they're ripened green, they've probably gotten rid of that stuff. So you can go ahead and use those for your fried green tomatoes.
Yeah.
Only eat them one every 3 years or more.
I don't like them. I don't like tomatoes in general, but.
Yeah. But you'd like tomato sauce.
Yeah, I like the sauce. I like what's produced from them. I just don't like to eat them.
Yeah. Or Kaylin says, or fried, wrong one. There it goes. Tomatillos.
I don't think I've ever had a fried tomatilla. However, I did make my own Verde sauce one time. And my neighbor made it. And I was like, oh my gosh, I need to know how to make that. She's like, oh, you just boil them for a couple seconds and you peel them. And they were sticky. I was like, that's kind of weird. They're kind of sticky on the outside. And then I made this sauce and put some garlic in there. And oh my gosh, it was like the most delicious thing I've ever eaten. It was so good.
So, Courtney, have you and Dusty decided on what you're going to start early in the basement?
No, actually we haven't. And I typically don't have that conversation until January, at least. So, no, I haven't. But I have thought about what kind of tomatoes we're going to grow next year, and stuff like that, because we want to do farmers markets. And so I'm still looking for that tomato that's going to produce heavy for me. But I mean, other than that, I've just had that in my head. I haven't had anything else in my head yet.
Yeah, it's like now I think I may be having a brain fart here.
Uh-oh.
You guys started doing the peppers down in the basement early, right?
Yeah, like the really hot ones you have to, like, especially here, because it takes like at least 100 days for them to even get anything. That's why right now it's October and they're producing so heavily is because they're on their last leg and they're just
Yeah.
I mean, we have my husband just like dehydrated so many hot peppers tonight. Like,
Nice.
yeah, like super hot. Like,
That's so healthy for you to kill all the parasites inside you.
well, I told him, I said, now I can join the police force because every time I enter the porch, I get pepper sprayed. I said, I'm immune to it now. But yeah, no.
I'm growing some Japanese peppers inside. I took from outside and took them in. So they're kind of weird. They're long and green. Huh. Okay. My friend from Japan brought them over to me. And my friend's now back in Japan as of yesterday. So I'm wondering what I'm getting next. Every time my friend goes to Japan, I get this new gift of chopsticks or a fad or red hot peppers or green yellow peppers.
That's cool.
Yeah, I love it.
That's like one country I've always wanted to go to. That's really cool.
It's clean. It's so clean there. Yeah, and polite. It's like going to Canada.
Yeah.
All right.
It's
all right.
Birdie,
So
Birdi.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's green salsa basically, but it's made with tomatillos instead of tomatoes. That's pretty
Sandy,
good.
what state are you in? Don't tell me where in the state, just what state are you in, Sandy? Because she says she has Jerusalem artichokes, or you're also known as sunchokes, horseradish, both started inside. And see, that's something I would like to have everybody here. I'm kind of throwing out an unofficial challenge here. Try growing one plant or two plants indoors and see if you can get it to start now and go through the winter to the springtime, and then be able to transplant it outdoors in the when it's warm enough for it. All right, she's down in Georgia. So Sandy's in Georgia, and she's doing the Jerusalem artichokes, aka sunchokes, and horseradish. Cool.
Yeah, I have horseradish out there, and I was told by a good friend who called me up and said, "Hey, I want to let you know that you harvest horseradish in the months that end with R." I'm like, okay, well, thank you for letting me know that. I didn't know that. So sometime this month or next month or the month after, I have to harvest my horseradish. And
it's
like,
plump then. It's plump and it can be cleaned easily. That's what that's all about, because it's really hard to clean horseradish unless you harvest it with an R in the month.
Oh, okay. Well, that's
it's really very hard. It's not easy, and it doesn't stay white when you want to make that nice creamy white horseradish.
Yeah,
I go several patches.
Have you made horseradish that you can actually preserve?
Because you put it in the KitchenAid with some vinegar and salt. That's it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Just a pinch of salt and a little bit of vinegar, and then hit the KitchenAid, make it real tiny. And then you can cream it even more by just pulsating it a little bit more, and then put it in a jar, and then put it in your refrigerator. It's good for months.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I have lots made in my refrigerator. So, yeah.
Yeah, Shawnee, my mom down in the San Francisco Bay Area grew ginger. She never used it. She just liked the plant, the flowers, and the smell of it. And so she had a half oak barrel, a couple of them, with the wine barrels and stuff, the half cut in half, and her ginger was just pushing up, 12 inches above the barrel. It just had grown and grown. It just kept growing, and she kept putting her chicken manure on it, and her cow manure on it, and stuff, and she never broke it down and stuff. Some of our when my mom passed away, some of the cousins, cool. You guys don't want it? No, we don't want it. It was gone off to their house. Then we heard 6 months later, you should have told us not to plant it in the ground.
Yeah, Lori's got a question there about sunchokes from West Coast seeds.
Yeah.
Uh, there's no such thing as a sunchoke seed. What there is a sunchoke tuber, and they're all just planted from tubers.
And
Yeah.
I would like suggest getting them on like somewhere like Etsy that has a reputable company and getting the tubers on there.
Yeah, yeah. Once you get a patch of them going, there's first, second, third, fourth, and fifth year tubers. Fifth year tubers can be like huge, like this. Okay.
Wow.
And then the first year it's about like this, but a little smaller than a golf ball. So this is how you when you're planting, you plant for 1, 2, 3 years, 4 or 5 years. That way you always have that huge sunchoke coming in. And the thing about sunchokes is you pretty much have to be a chef to make them work for anybody, because for one, you got to make sure it's been cold for at least 2 weeks to 2 months, or you it's gas. The other thing is that if you're a chef knows how to prepare them. Cut them really super thin, cook them in coconut water and curry powder, and you're going to make out okay. All right. But I mean, if you don't, you better harvest them after a long cold snap where you're going to roast them in the oven or on your barbecue or that kind of thing.
In other words, I need to stay the hell away from them.
Well, yeah, you have to know how to prepare them. If you don't, it's very uncomfortable. It's very, very uncomfortable. And you know why it's so uncomfortable? It's because it's such a nutritious food that your body's not used to processing that kind of nutrition. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like if you eat turkey and you're gonna or deer meat, you're gonna have that gas that you don't care for. But with sunchokes, what the biggest thing that you'll ever find with sunchokes is the inulin. It's a soluble fiber that's in the sunchoke that regulates your glucose level, which it's really a good thing, because who wants high sugar? Because if you have high sugar, you've got problems. You've got scarring, you've got vision, you've got other problems. So
this Ollie Pop stuff that I've been drinking, it's not really pop, it's a sparkling water. One of the main ingredients in it is Jerusalem artichoke.
Inulin, yeah.
Yeah, it's a probiotic.
It can feed the prebiotic in your intestine. Absolutely.
My husband both drink this drink, and we're like, oh my gosh, this is horrible.
It is. You could buy inulin powder and it's not cheap. It's $70 a liter. Okay. And you just put a little bit in whatever you're drinking, and then you always have that soluble fiber, and that's so important, because it's really weird. They take it out of foods, processed foods, and they sell you the food, and then go, oh, here, get sick. And then you have to go buy the powder, the inulin fiber again, and put it back in. It's like, what? Why do you just leave it in there? Just leave it alone.
Yeah.
It's strange.
I would would like to get some tubers, Lori. I would try Etsy and choose the places that have that 5-star rating. Yep. And like I gotten ginseng off of Etsy and golden seal, and they're doing wonderful right now. So
yeah.
And I can't remember, but I think my ginseng was like $20 for 10 tubers or something like that. It wasn't
wonderful.
That was expensive. So
yeah, don't waste your money. Go to a reputable place. Absolutely. Yeah. It's not just sunchokes that you can grow. Hey, you can grow oca. Have you heard of oca? There's a whole bunch of different like potatoes. Those grow really nice, and they're delicious. You'll love those. There's yakone, dongxing. There's a ton of tubers like dahlia bulbs. A lot of people don't know dahlia bulbs are delicious. Absolutely scrumptious. There's so many tubers, and for underground food, once you start looking into that field, and that's your hidden foods.
Yeah.
And that's what you want. You want to know that over by that apple tree, I can go over there and get 50 pounds of tubers.
Yeah. And those are always the ones that can make it through the winter because they're underground.
Exactly.
Those are like perfect for, a a prepper's paradise, basically. You
Oh,
know?
you gotta like that prepper's paradise. I'm always thinking about where I'm putting the next hidden stash of food. And today we had a meeting with 3 people here about going to one of the islands in the North Pacific here. And we're thinking on putting a garden over there on a desert island. This is what our meeting was about today. So it's like, winter camp, prepare some ground. So the idea is wherever you go to, if you had to go to, I always shelter in place, and I would be growing my food in my greenhouse. I'm looking at the hoop house here pretty quick. Right now, today I did gutters. That was heck, but I have a guy that works for me, and
Yeah.
he did that, and we did a bunch of we cut down grapevines this big around.
Wow.
That's how big they're 20-year-old vines. So I'm making a new garden in the village for vegetables, but also I'm making another new hot weather crop garden because I'm taking out a plum tree and a grapevine in the southern exposure part, because I want more squash and I want more tomatoes. I want more cucumber, stuff that I preserve or preserves itself and looks after itself.
I love cucumbers.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You can grow
I
cucumbers.
wonder if it's something that my body, I think it's something that my body needs, because I could eat cucumbers like all day, every day.
And I bet you feel pretty good too, hey? Yeah, the big thing is it releases water and electrolytes in your intestinal tract where it is needed. You see, when you drink water, that flushes out your electrolytes. Now, when you eat cucumber, it's loaded with electrolytes, so it's releasing it as it's passing through you, and that's key to the on your electrical line, your neurological line. There's little segments, okay? So to send the message, there's billions of messages. You need that electric light. It's a positively charged mineral. You have to have it. So when you eat your cucumber, that is the best food. Cucumbers and lemons are full of electrolytes. I mean, it's really full.
Okay, so Shawnee was asking, can you dry and grind sunchoke to make flour?
Sure, you can grind and dry anything and make flour.
And someone mentioned something else here, and she said like that. What was the other one here? Tiger nut is made into flour because the cassava is used in some of the new low carb chips.
Yeah, cassava has an inulin in it, and it's really good for diabetics. But yucca is on the same level as well as cassava. Cassava flour is really nice, but yucca flour is as well. It's comparable to doing the same for soluble inulin, fiber for you. But it also picks up other flavors well. So if you're cooking steak and you've got a little bit of cassava flour on the steak before it with some spice, it really picks everything up and makes it nice and crispy. That kind of thing. Chicken too, pork. It'll do it too, the cassava flour. Yeah.
And let's see, Lori and King Poopa are going off the rails talking about the new marketing scheme of farting in jars and selling it.
Okay.
There are some big stars, and stuff that have big channels and stuff, and big on Instagram and some other things and stuff, and they're selling their farts.
Yeah, that sounds like an OnlySpan kind of deal.
Yeah,
I've never been on OnlySpan like that, or even typed in the name, but there's a lot of weird crap that goes on there.
Well, this one, she was selling it everywhere. She was selling on Etsy. She was selling it on eBay. Sorry, I don't want to smell no one else's farts.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
What was your name? Do I know you? Is there somebody I can call that can help you?
Ooh, it seems like now I really know you. I smelled the jar.
Oh my God.
Yeah, me either, Kaylin. It's never been anything to strike my interest. My husband follows this woman, which is freaking hilarious, who has a hearse, and she takes pictures of her hearse everywhere. Okay, and she's very, very attractive. Okay, so people were coaxing her to get an OnlyFans page, so she got one, and everybody thought that she was gonna post unseen pictures of herself, like obscene, whatever. And really, it's just all pictures of her hearse. I'm like, go, girl.
That's funny.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Yeah. But yeah, so I mean, what I was saying is, like those ones that are selling the farts and stuff, tell them, hey, start eating sunchokes.
Yeah. Well,
you have plenty of gas.
People are really buying that, and if they are buying it, do you know how many sick, demented people there are out there that are buying farts in jars? I mean, really?
How many teenage boys are going?
Yeah.
Next week.
Wrong.
Yeah. I said we went off the rails there. I'm sorry.
Yeah, my mom made cookies. I gotta go.
But someone was talking about the weather. I think it was Scan Family was talking about the weather, how they were getting cold and then it warm. Well, I just looked at the 20-day forecast here. Next Wednesday, we have our first freeze, 29 degrees. Then it's 27 on Thursday, 28 on Friday, 31 on Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and 32 on Tuesday, Halloween.
Oh, I haven't added my garlic yet. Have you?
There is no
put it in right away.
No, in the forecast.
August, you should put your garlic in.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I was
you can put it in
November.
You can put it in any time, but August works best because you're a little further south, right?
No, I'm in Northeast Ohio.
Oh, well, yeah, August would be the perfect time. Now, if you don't get it in August, that's okay too. It just won't be as big.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's good to know.
Sorry, Gil. There was a question from Lori about cassava, whether it grows in Canada, and I don't think so. I don't think so. No.
Cassava is a tropical plant.
Yeah. There you go. He's got his jar. Oh my God.
I was gonna go ghost hunting.
It looks like usually we get one snowfall before Halloween, and it looks like we're not going to get snow this year before Halloween.
Yeah, it always snows on Halloween here, so all the chicks that wear those revealing costumes always freeze to death on Halloween because it's always snowing.
Have to go.
All righty.
Okay.
See you, Corky.
Have a good night.
All right.
You too.
All right. Take care, Howie.
I had fun being here.
I had fun with you here with all the information you shared.
You're welcome. Bye, guys.
Bye.
All right. Okay. So coming up here in a couple weeks, hopefully, cross your fingers, folks. We're looking at where to go. I got to scroll back here. On October 27th, cross your fingers. Dr. Paula Rafkin will be on Friday night on the Homestead.
Oh, okay. She comes into my chats.
Mm-hmm. And she comes in Hallie's chat too.
Yeah, I like her.
And so we're going to be talking about nutrients and nutrition and what's the store, and vitamins and all the other stuff for the winter. So that's going to be the main topic, but she's also going to go and just cover some general health stuff that people should consider too, especially in wintertime, maintaining your stretches and stuff like that so you don't, oh, crud, I just screwed up my back.
Yeah, because honestly, in the wintertime, you don't want to move. You don't want to go anywhere.
Yeah. So hopefully we've been emailing back and forth, and she said Friday nights work best for her at that time. For instance, she doesn't have to get up early Saturday morning. So hopefully she will check. She's checking her schedule, and I'll find out. As soon as I do, I'll put out on my community post both here and on Camp Patton Family Compound And what I may do a simulcast like I did with Doc Bones and Nurse Amy, where I broadcasted to both channels.
Yeah.
So I may try that on Friday the 27th if we settle on that date.
Okay. Well, let me know. I'll be there to moderate whatever
Cool.
you need me to do.
All righty. And but coming up for normal here, so we knocked this one off. So tomorrow night at 9 your time, you're going live?
Oh, yeah, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard. For some reason, I keep thinking today is Monday. I don't know why.
Today's Tuesday.
Yes.
You lost today. all that pepper stuff that Justin was doing, you lost today.
Yeah, went into my brain.
Let's see here. So and then Thursday at 11:55 Eastern is the Midnight Ride here on Gray Man Prepping. Friday on Camp Patton Family Compound is more squash, please. We're going to talk about squash, hardening squash, because there are two types of squash. There is summer and winter. And so depending where you live, you might be able to grow some of the winter squash now, be growing it now, and still get some. Then Saturday is going to be I got to change that. I'm going to be changing that one up. It's going to be a surviving long-term. I'm switching it right now, so it's going to be surviving a long-term power outage. Someone wanted to know.
That's what it is, Shadow. I'm in Sweden. That's what it is. I'm just.
Yeah. So I got to switch these around here right now and make sure that's up there for that. Because someone asked me to do that specifically after that 6-month one or 60 days. They want to know more about, all right, it's not everywhere. It's in your house. What do you need to do? Power outage, on a local level. And then Monday, the 23rd, vacation from the homestead. We're talking about those of us that have homesteads, gardening stuff. What do we do when we want to go on vacation and we got animals and garden that needs to be taken care of? So that's what we're going to be talking about on Monday. And then next Tuesday here, I'm still getting this together, but this is what it's going to be: the $50 food challenge. And we're going to talk about, can you survive can you survive a month on $50 a person? What can you get for $50 a person?
If I ate nothing but ramen, maybe.
Well,
ramen and beans.
Beans, yeah. Beans and some other stuff. There's going to be a twist at the end of it, though. There's going to be a twist at the end of it for it. But you'd be surprised what you can get still for $50 if you will eat it. And it's not unhealthy. It's fairly healthy.
You have our watch, Kelly's stocking up on anchovies or something. Oh, you know what? Anchovies now are expensive.
Yeah.
It used to be like the meal that everybody goes to because it's cheap. But it's like, I saw the cans. They're like $4 or $5 a can. I'm like,
yeah,
what?
because everybody's putting it on their pizzas and making sauces with it. And, people have discovered, we do this with, and so, thank you, Chef. What's your name? Screaming your head off there. I can't think of his name right now.
Gordon Ramsay?
Gordon Ramsay, yes. Thank you, Gordon Ramsay, for making anchovies popular. So, so that's what's coming up, and I will have more information for the $50 food challenge, and probably giving away some prizes for people to come up with the best.
Yeah, the $50
menus.
person in a month for food, Shawnee, is going to really boggle my brain until that moment, because I'm going to be like thinking in my head, what could I do for $50 a person? Wow.
Yeah.
It used to be like my husband and I would buy groceries. It would be $80 a week. And we did pretty good. Then we got Fred. Now it's like $300 or $400 every 2 weeks. Yeah, it's getting crazy.
Wait, Fred's not eating that much, is he?
That's like without buying like toilet paper and stuff. The toilet papers and the paper products and stuff is what gets you. Like you could easily spend $100 on cleaning supplies and toilet paper and paper towels, like instantly. It's nuts.
Yeah. I'm sure I remember Wayne's channel. He did it on. Was it on The Ungrateful Peasant or was it Becoming Dangerous? One of those are Wayne's channels.
Yeah.
On one of them, put out a video today, and Wayne works for a gun dealer. All right, and he was saying that certain companies, one company is no longer selling their overruns to the public, which is a lot of the 223, 5.56 military type rounds.
Interesting.
They're no longer selling that to the public, and another company which is a parent company, has bought up Spear, Hornady, and several others, just sold off their sporting goods section, which includes all the ammunition, to some Croatia company that does military contracts. So all this ammunition that was being made here in the United States suddenly may be going overseas, unless, of course, the ATF steps in and says, no, you're not exporting that.
Yeah, I can kind of see the ATF stepping in and saying that's a no-go. Because that's kind of dangerous. Can you imagine, like, certain specific countries that use child labor making those and then sending them back here and then having the gunpowder equations all wrong, and then people putting them in there and shooting them and like blowing up their faces and
yeah. Oh, I missed it. Suzanne Goulet is in the house. All righty, so we're 15 minutes over. That's fine with Howie. I always expect to go over with Howie. So much information in that man's mind. And then, of course, Dustin and Lori went off the rails there.
Right off the rails.
One goes.
Yeah. And drop that down there. All right. So we're going to wrap it up here. Thank you, Courtney, for coming up and joining us.
Sorry I was late.
Yeah. There's a challenge for you and Dustin specifically. As you start doing your planning for your basement greenhouse stuff, more videos on it.
Yeah, we can do
a planning video. This is what we're planning for next month. All right, this is how we're starting. This is what we're doing where and everything else. Because what you guys have down there of your setup, more people need to see. There's a couple of videos you did. It's like, I want more videos of this. I want more videos of.
Oh, really? Okay. I didn't know that. I didn't know.
It's like I want to see, all right, at least one a week. All right, this is how it was. It was on Monday last week. This is this week, and each week showing how stuff's growing in there.
So a little more structured. Okay.
Yeah, just so we can see and go, okay, I'm going to try that, or that might be too much for me, but I'm going to give people an idea of what's going on with yours, and hopefully when I get mine done, I'll be able to do the same thing out there. Because I just got, I think got 8 more packets of the space blankets I can put on the walls out there after to get everything done. So
yeah, they really reflect the light well.
Yeah. All righty, folks. So we're going to wrap it up here now. So tomorrow, Courtney at 9 Eastern. Thursday, Gray Man Prepping at 5 minutes to midnight. Friday, Camp Pat Family Compound for more squash. Surviving a long-term power outage on Saturday. And we'll talk to you more about more stuff coming up as we go along.
Yeah, my topic tomorrow night is going to be to cover your garden or not to cover your garden. What is the best option? So,
yeah. All right, sounds interesting. All right, folks. Thank you for coming in. Remember, stay happy no matter what life throws at you. Stay safe. Don't do anything foolish, and keep adding to your preps, including an indoor garden.
Mm.
All right. See y'all later.
Bye, guys.
And now we see how long it takes